Hey guys, Indigo Alejandro 100 here. On this day in 2007, Phineas and Ferb came out on Disney Channel years ago, and I'm gonna say this, and I want to reach it, and I'm gonna say and I'm gonna say, doesn't start in back on saying guys, and I wanna say a happy 14th anniversary to my favorite shows of all time, Phineas and Ferb. Back in the day, my favorite show used to be We Bears, but now, from July 7, 2021 onwards, my favorite show full time for now on is this show. I've been talking about that show a lot on my channel ever since 2020. That's right, I've been talking about that show a lot ever since 2020. Sorry guys, back on saying guys. I love all the characters: Phineas, Ferb, Platypus, Isabella, Buford, Bulgy, Isabel Meep, Ducky Momo, Jeremy Johnson, Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz, Norm, etc. And Candace Flynn, etc. and etc. Well, it's stuff for Susie Johnson. We get to hair. Susie Johnson, we'll get to hair later. Okay. We won't speak about that now, right? Sorry guys, it's 13 again. But I can say, guys, we're gonna talk about her. We'll get to her later. I hate that character so much, and I love the songs like Backyard Beach and Could You Go, Rachel Bully, and I can't produce all the songs that she. I guess I adore this series, and the first time I discovered the show is in 2009. I just discovered the show in 2009 when I was at the computer, I think, or I was at a gorilla watching TV. I don't know. I discovered the show in 2009, despite the anniversary came out in 2000. Anyways, anyways, and I first watched this show back in 2009, and I got into that show a lot more, and that show changed my life forever. That show will change my life forever. Mm, and and after watching the show, I was like, this is the best. And after rewatching the show back in 2020, after those years that I haven't seen, I was like, this is the best show I've ever seen in my life. Yep, I actually said it. I said it. That was actually my reaction after watching this show for the very first time on Disney Channel. I actually adored it. I actually adored it when I rewatched the show, and that show changed my life forever. After I rewatched it, that show changed my life forever, and this show will be a special place in my heart, and I always remembered. And yes, the video is not over, guys. But honestly, guys, there is one character on this show that I hate, and that is Susie Johnson. My God, screw Susie Johnson in the butt. I gotta say, Susie Johnson is the only black character in Phineas and Ferb next to Mrs. and Mr. Heinz Husmertz. Oh my God, we're gonna talk about them afterwards. Susie Johnson is mean-spirited Candace. She's always a cruel bully to her, and worse than all, there is one episode where Susie Johnson is making fun of Candace on her dog's ass and put mud in the monster truck. Oh my God! When it says it, I'm like, "Arrgh, we're going into one of the worst Disney Channel characters ever, Susie Johnson." And I was so angry when I first watched it. Watched it, and 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 there's another characters that I hate as well, and that they are Mr. and Mrs. Doofenshmirtz, aka Dr. Doofenshmirtz's parents. Oh my god, they were mean spirit. Every time when Dr. Hunter has flashbacks, and when they say appear the beast or this hot the kind of sun, it's like, oh my god, I despise those characters so damn much. There is one episode where Dr. Hunter tries to talk about what Roger did, and then her mom says, "The conk, thank you." And it's like, oh god, I really despise that that bastard so much. Sorry for my language. Back on the talk. Back on topic on the 14th anniversary of Phineas and Ferb, because today is his 14th anniversary of the TVA series. But let's continue on. These are the only two characters on this show. Now let's talk about the season. Season 1 is a fantastic way to open up the series. Season 2 is the best season of Phineas and Ferb. I think season 2 is one of the seasons is even better than the first season. And what a coincidence! This season is the that's alright, guys. Back us again. I think season 2 is even better than the first season. That's great. Season 2. Season 3 was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Season 3 is pretty good, despite some few episodes being okayish. And season 4 is a good way to end up the series. Especially last day of summer. What an amazing way to close out the series. Let's talk about my favorite episodes. The best episode in the show is none than dude, we're getting back together. This is basically the Bang Geeks of Disney. That's right. This is the Bang Geeks of Disney because the ending is so damn great that it became one of my favorite episodes of the show. I love the roller coaster episode. What a fantastic way to open up this amazing, that's outstanding masterpiece show. So, and I love Flop Stars. Great. I love Flop Stars. I also like Tune. Oh my god, that when I saw Tune, like, oh my god, that reminds me of an anime. And I love the episode. I can't release all this episode because I love the show. My least favorite, and let's go to the episodes that I'm not a big fan of. Visa Fork Busted. Oh my god, what a dark episode. That episode cried. The crap at me when I rewatched it. It was like, oh my god, I feel really bad for those guys for being busted. And thankfully, it turned out into a dream. And Kenneth gets busted. I'm not a big fan of Kenneth gets busted because it ended in the cliffhanger where Vanessa says, how did my life get to the point when it's not sentenced to me? I'm your daughter. And Dr. says, I'm your daughter. I will stop being sorry to untie you. And that's how basically what the episode ends. Not a big fan episode. And the worst episode of the show is The Octopus. We won't speak about that episode ever again. Because how much I hate The Octopus. It's racist. It's racist. And a little fun fact: when I get older, when I in the 50s and 60s, or maybe 30s and 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s, and when DVDs might get discontinued, I hope they won't have it because I've been collecting DVDs since 2007. I on those ages from the 30s through 60s, I will rewatch Phineas and Ferb on Disney Plus, or maybe on Disney Plus, and I'm gonna be like, I remember that show. This was my favorite show of all time back when I was a teenager. This brings back so much memories of me watching that show when I was a little kid. And this show was a big part of my childhood. I miss that show so much. I will remember that show with all my heart. So happy 14th anniversary to Outstanding Masterpiece. And happy 14th anniversary to one of my favorite shows of all time. And it's my favorite show on Disney Channel. My favorite show from 2007. And it's also my favorite show of all time. Period. Happy 14th anniversary to one of my favorite shows of all time. 3 cheers for Disney for making an iconic show. And I can do all the quotes in this show. Curse you, burn the platypus. Ferb, I know what we're going to do today. Mom, Phineas and Ferb making the title sequence. You guys are busted. Are going to be busted. It's, hey, Harry the platypus. Hey, guys, on your DNA. Harry, HMP. I'm going to discover it. I can do all the quotes in this show because I adore that show so much. And by the way, happy 14th anniversary to the best show I've ever seen in my life, Phineas and Ferb. Happy 14th anniversary to one of my all-time favorite shows of all time. Happy 14th anniversary to Phineas and Ferb. I will always treasure this show, and I will never forgive, and it will be a special place in my heart. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.